Hi there. Some friends of mine recently had a catastrophe when their house was flooded. The first contractor to come in to repair the damage took all the moldings off around the doors and the windows and threw them in the garbage. Not likely the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree. Anyway, some of what he threw away were rosettes like this that were up in the corners around the doors. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of different patterns available, and they weren't able to replace them, so they came and asked me if I could reproduce them for them. Now, this down here is a shot of one in my house, and up here there's a close-up of this one, so you can see there are differences. They're not difficult to turn. I've never tried one before, but now I'm just going to show you how to do it, in case you ever want to. The rosettes measure 3/4 of an inch thick and 2.5 inches square. My first step is to get the thickness on the drum sander. Then I will use my table saw to rip it to 2.5 inches wide and put the sled on to cut them to 2.5 inches long. I'm using a square across the diagonals to find the center point. I'm using this small piece of wood to make a story stick. Putting small pencil marks at the transition points will allow me to transfer those to the blocks I use to make the new rosettes. I'm placing the rosette in my 4-jaw chuck. I tighten it enough to hold it securely, but without crushing the corners. Now I will make a mark so I can see where the center of the block is. Placing the corner of the story stick on that center point lets me transfer the marks from the original. The outside diameter of the largest circle on the original rosette is 2 1/8 of an inch. I'm using a 2 1/8 inch hole saw without the drill bit. I'll put it into the wood until the teeth disappear. That should be enough depth. I'm using a pencil to complete the transition lines so I can see them when it's spinning. I'm using a 3/8 inch spindle gouge to turn these into basically shallow beads. I'm staying away from the outside corner as it's crisp and clean on the original. I want it to remain that way. these rosettes are going to be painted, so there's no use taking the time to turn this into an exercise in fine woodworking. Some light sanding will clean it up quite well enough for the paint that's going to be applied. Well, there you go. I told you it wasn't difficult. Any tight grained wood will work. This is going to be painted. I just used birch, so that works quite sufficiently. I found an old rosette cutter that I used years before I got into wood turning to turn the rosettes in my house. If memory serves, this was about a $50 touch. If you're watching this, you are likely a wood turner, so you can save yourself the trouble and the cost of buying one of these, and you can make up any profile you like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you did. Remember to subscribe. Have yourself a great day in the shop doing some wood turning. Thanks for watching.